VOX, we have information on Mega Millions, cotton farmers, and more. Taylor Lawson will have your local weather, and Gideon Ratcliffe will have your sports.
It's Friday, October 19th, 2018, and you're watching VOX News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Jay Standridge.
Family Promise of Bradley County has been a public servant of 179 people, majorly children, since 2011. Family Promise began as an outreach to curb the crisis of family homelessness. The members and thousands of volunteers bring together houses of worship that serve as temporary homes, enabling the families to turn their lives around one step at a time. Now, the Family Promise of Bradley County is holding an informative open house. This will be an opportunity for the community to learn more about Family Promise, as well as hear from those who have been serviced by the organization. The open house will be on Thursday, October 25th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It will be held at 1110 Norman Chapel Road in Cleveland. This will take place during Family Promise Week, which is October 21st through the 28th. For more information about Family Promise of Bradley County, call 423-650-4106, email director@familypromicebradley.org, or visit www.familypromicebradley.org.
An 81-year-old Dalton man has achieved a personal goal of his. Since 2015, he has been keeping record of every lap he walks at the Bradley Wellness Center. 60,000 laps he has done in 3 years. That's 5,000 miles. Billy Ray Minyard says, "I feel a lot better. Every time I go to the doctor, my vitals improve."
An Alabama woman has claimed a man broke into her house and made eggs, took a bath, and washed his clothes. Mary Royster says she came home Tuesday to find a man who said he is waiting for his clothes to dry. 31-year-old Tyler Love is now serving time in Limestone County Jail.
It's not only homeowners left dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Michael. Cotton farmers in Alabama say the storm might have cost them an entire year's profit. Zach Wilcox spoke to some of the people impacted.
The biggest thing is on the cotton, and the cotton is on the ground.
The Balcom family has been farming cotton in the same land in Dale County since the early 1900s. Every once in a while, the weather causes some problems for them. This year, it was Hurricane Michael.
We've had just a terrific thunderstorm come up, or sometimes just a rare tornado, and that can be devastating too. Of course, in this respect, everybody is affected.
I got the chance to talk with agronomist William Birdsong, who spent the last few days evaluating Southeast Alabama's cotton crop. He said the damage from the storm was catastrophic.
From our early anticipated loss reports, we're looking at nearly a $100 million loss. That's our initial estimates for Southeast Alabama, and that's the revenue that would have been spent right here in our local economy.
Although some fields don't look too bad, farmers may still have problems when they go to harvest. Birdsong explained to me that a lot of this cotton got pretty well matted by the storm, which means it takes several poles to get out of each bulb, and the spindle that comes through to collect this cotton will leave it behind or on the ground where it won't be able to be used at all. Birdsong said based on early yields and cotton prices, this year was set to be the best harvest in a decade. It may seem like crop insurance would help offset the loss, but farms are only insured by their average yield over a 10-year span.
The farms are only insured at 60, 65, 70, 75% of that. So as you can see, then you keep whittling at the amount of insurance that's available to farms. It's a very nominal amount.
It may not be a good harvest for the Balcoms, but they're just grateful to have a farm at all.
They are beginning to talk about finding bodies especially at Panama City and Mexico Beach, and it's just even hard to start thinking about your crops right now.
The Mega Millions jackpot stands at a record-breaking $970 million. And it could still be yours because a drawing is coming up Friday night. This is the largest Mega Millions jackpot ever, and it's the second largest lottery jackpot in the U.S. The prize is so big because there hasn't been a winner since July 24th. The next drawing will be at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's not the only big prize that could be yours for the price of a ticket. The Powerball jackpot now stands at $430 million. That drawing will be Saturday.
A family in Utah is suing their school district after their 14-year-old son told them he was sexually assaulted by 3 football players. They say administrators didn't do enough to protect their son. Sean Moody talked with the teen and his mom about why they're taking a stand.
Title IX prohibits sexual assault.
After filing the lawsuit Thursday, attorney Robert Sykes described what the family says happened.
It was a constitutional violation of epic proportions.
And 14-year-old Greg and his mother, Misty Cox, talked about how upsetting this has been.
If someone else, like the school, would have done something, then my son wouldn't have been assaulted.
According to that federal complaint, Greg and the rest of the Gunnison Valley High School football team were about to begin practice when 2 teammates pinned him to the ground while another sexually assaulted him. When Greg's parents talked to the superintendent about what happened, the family says he did not take serious enough action.
The superintendent basically said, and I think he used these actual words, boys will be boys.
Since Greg went public with his story earlier this month, Sykes said 15 other students have reported similar incidents by the same 3 students going back 2 years. Sykes says district officials had knowledge of those incidents.
Had the school district taken appropriate action in a timely manner, Child Doe would never have been sexually assaulted.
Greg is still in school in Gunnison Valley and still on the football team. He says he wants to take a stand to protect others.
If I didn't say anything, it could happen to someone else. And then they might not do something and it could happen to more people, and I don't want that.
Misty Cox said she and her son want to do this publicly to empower anyone else who wants to come forward.
Because I know it's not just for my son, it's for who knows how many other children need it too.
Nothing says fall like a giant pumpkin contest. At Stillwater, Minnesota's Harvest Festival, they're keeping the tradition alive. Farmers brought their enormous gourds for a weigh-off Saturday. The winner set a new state record at a whopping 2,091 pounds. That's 200 pounds heavier than the previous state record. The guy who grew it is now $5,000 richer. Stillwater's Harvest Festival runs through the day Sunday.
Police in Seattle are trying to find out who threw several Molotov cocktails at a church. About 50 worshipers were inside the church Thursday night during the attack. Jessica O reports.
Archaeologists in Norway used cutting-edge technology to make a startling discovery. Using a high-resolution ground-penetrating geo-radar, experts found a rare Viking longship buried in the southern part of the country. The nearly 66-foot-long ship is buried less than 2 feet below the topsoil.
A huge underground discovery by scientists in Norway teaches us that you never know what kind of secrets are hidden just below the surface. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Archaeologists in Norway used cutting-edge technology to make a startling discovery. Using a high-resolution ground-penetrating geo-radar, experts found a rare Viking longship buried in the southern part of the country. The nearly 66-foot-long ship is buried less than 2 feet below the topsoil, and the radar data indicates the ship is at least partially preserved. According to the Norwegian Institute for Cultural Heritage Research, only 3 other well-preserved Viking longships have ever been discovered in Norway. Experts won't immediately unearth the ship, but will digitally map the site. What you're seeing is what can happen when a recreational drone collides with an airplane. The University of Dayton Research Institute simulated the collision by launching a 2-pound aerial drone at the wing of a 4-person aircraft traveling at 238 miles per hour. The results were eye-opening. The institute said they wanted to inform both the aviation and drone industries of the dangers that drones can pose to aircraft. Now for a different kind of scary. Watch the left side of your screen if you dare. A perfectly placed spider on a windshield gave Texas police an early Halloween scare. It was captured on a full-shear police officer's dash cam while he was making a traffic stop. A clerk who was reviewing the video spotted the creepy cameo. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Lots of movie news today, from award winners to a killer new movie to a British band hitting the big screen. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Don't paint me as a victim. I am much more interesting than that.
Glenn Close may live in Jonathan Pryce's shadow in The Wife, but the role has put the veteran actress back in the spotlight. Close is this year's Hollywood Actress Award winner at the Hollywood Film Awards. Other top honorees include Hugh Jackman, who will pick up the ceremony's Actor Award for The Frontrunner, and Damien Chazelle will get the Director Award for his work on First Man. The Hollywood Film Awards take place November 4th.
This guy's got nothing to lose.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands.
Michael B. Jordan is going from boxer to killer. The star of the upcoming Creed 2 is set to play an elite assassin in The Silver Bear. Jordan is also producing the thriller about an assassin whose legendary reputation is tested when his next target is his own father.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Coldplay is marking its 20th anniversary in a big way. The documentary A Head Full of Dreams will play in theaters around the world on one night, November 14th. It'll then be available for purchase in December, along with a concert film shot live in Sao Paulo, Brazil last year, and a live album recorded at the final Head Full of Dreams tour stop in Buenos Aires, Argentina. All three go on sale December 7th, so fans can make this a very Coldplay Christmas. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Now let's send it over to Taylor with your weather report.
After this break, I'll have information on the Texas flooding, your local and national radars, and more.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful. But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
Jack, take my hand.
Oh, that's gross. No, I'm good. Probably not enough room for both of us on that anyway.
Jack, there's plenty of room for both of us on this door. Just take my hand.
Yeah, no. You know what? You can just have like a good life or whatever.
Jack.
I'm just gonna.
Jack.
What are we looking at? Formaldehyde, acrolein, nitrobenzene. This actually has over 7,000 chemicals. Don't get me started on what they do to you. Prematurely wrinkled skin, stunted lung growth.
Mr. Essler.
Tooth loss, cancer.
Mr. Essler.
Hang on.
If cigarettes looked as dangerous as they are, you'd run like hell. Find out the real cost of tobacco.
Find the remote yet?
Nah. Oh, honey, look, your old portable CD player.
Oh, wow.
Hey, my high school retainer.
Oh, don't.
What?
It's early 90s sitcom star Dave Coulier.
Cut it out. What year is it?
As long as stuff gets lost in the couch, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest.
Yes.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
Meatball on white. Next. You want mustard on that or not? Come on, I haven't got all day here. It doesn't come with peppers. They're extra. Hurry up, pay the lady. Next. The chicken's fresh. I killed it myself. So that's what you want? Next. While we're still young, you know, you told me you wanted mustard. Get out of here. Time's up. Back of the line.
Hey, excuse me.
What?
Great sandwich. Thanks. Compliments. Pass them on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's take a look at your local radar. And as you can see, it's pretty clear outside, but it will be chilly again today. So if you have to go out this evening, I'd recommend wearing a jacket. And moving into our national radar, it is still pretty chilly in Denver and in Miami, in the Florida area. It's still pretty warm, but in Texas, they are having some flooding, and they've had that for the past couple days. And moving past major flooding causing havoc on parts of Texas, some businesses are already underwater, and forecasters predict more rain. John Lornick reports.
Floodwaters are rising in Lake Travis, Texas.
Seemed like it came up much faster than the 91 flood.
So high that some structures like the Sundancer Grill restaurant are barely visible.
The kitchens have been moved, the restrooms have been moved, all the equipment has been moved.
Water authorities didn't open additional floodgates on Lake Travis Thursday, and residents are preparing for the worst.
It might get close to our upper level floor, which is where our living area is. Whatever we have time to do, we'll get out.
Governor Greg Abbott has already issued a state disaster declaration for 18 counties affected by the flooding, and some of those spots could see more rain over the weekend.
We still have a strong possibility for severe weather to affect the Hill Country and specifically Llano County and the Llano River, and continued river flooding is still a possibility.
People who live further upstream were allowed to return to their homes Thursday to start the recovery process.
Assistance with cleaning out homes, all of these things are coming. We are simply trying to get all of these resources together, coordinate them, and of course we have to ensure that before we do it, we can ensure everyone's safety.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Today it'll be partly cloudy outside with a high of 73 and a low of 45. Tomorrow it'll be rainy outside with a high of 65 and a low of 38. And on Sunday it'll be sunny outside with a high of 56 and a low of 36. And on Monday to Wednesday it'll be partly cloudy outside with highs in the mid to higher 60s and lows of 34, 45, and 47. On Thursday it'll be rainy outside with a high of 63 and a low of 47. Now let's send it over to Gideon with your scores from last night.
Yesterday was the sports equinox as all 4 major sports played. I'll have more on that and some scores after the break.
Life happens. Whether it's car trouble, medical bills, or other expenses, Check Into Cash has a new flexible loan solution. Introducing the Flex Loan. The Flex Loan is an open line of credit. You control how much you borrow with flexible payment options. If you need a payday advance, we offer those too, because true flexibility is the ability to choose. For life's little emergencies, we're your one-stop money shop.
You okay there, Kurt?
We're about to move.
Karate helps relieve some of the house buying stress.
At least you don't have to worry about homeowners insurance. Call Geico.
Geico helps with homeowners insurance?
Been doing it for years.
I'm calling Geico right now.
Good idea.
Get to know Geico and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. Let's get right into it. Thursday night football was last night as the Broncos faced the Cardinals. It wasn't very close to begin with when the Broncos scored 21 points. The final score was 45-10. As we hear some highlights from the game.
Just the way he is.
Blitz coming. Pass is picked off. Harris. Chris Harris got a lane to the end zone for the touchdown. Second of the game for this Denver defense. By 18. This one starts at the 36. They fake it to Lindsey. Keenum with all kinds of time. Airs it out all alone is Sanders. He will walk into the end zone with a flip at the end of it. What a night for Denver.
He wasn't able to.
Freeman for the touchdown. It's 3rd and goal. Rosen, end zone. That is Fitzgerald, and that is a touchdown. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey breaking tackles, 1st down and more. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Electric.
Score with those two defenses, but boy, Dallas really got after them.
Well, speaking of getting after something, how about another sack for Denver, and it's the rookie Bradley Chubb. And Rosen is down. And now limping away, so they go for it on 4th down and 16. Chubb, who leads all NFL rookies now with 5.5 sacks, just went right around Humphreys.
Yeah, and just like Von Miller's been doing with Humphreys and Andre Smith, and it's trying to get the ball down the field.
They did it with an exclamation point here against the Cardinals. And a win for Vance Joseph in his 2nd year. And you know there's a ton of respect between Vance and Steve Wilkes. Case Keenum, 1st-year Denver Bronco, as you said, pressure on him. It's
Getting into NBA scores, the Lakers played the Trailblazers as the Trailblazers won 128-119. The Heat played the Wizards, and the Heat won 113-112. The 76ers played the Bulls and won 127-108. The Boston has clinched the World Series as the Red Sox beat the Astros by a score of 4-1 to advance the World Series. This is the first World Series appearance since 2013. I'll send it over to Jace and Mary Beth with your school announcements after the break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
into checking cash.
Your wallet's empty, and you've got bills to pay. What do?
Stop worrying.
Get the cash you need today at Check Into Cash.
We offer payday advances, auto title loans, and lots of ways to put the cash you need in your pocket today.
And we make it quick, easy, and confidential.
So stop worrying and stop in to Check Into Cash today.
Visit checkintocash.com for the store near you.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. As you know, here on Vox, we've started a series where we cover the various career and technical education programs our school has to offer. Today, we'll be covering work-based learning. Tomorrow we will spotlight welding. Now let's take a look at our school announcements.
Next week is Red Ribbon Week. In light of this, we will show support by dressing up. If you plan to participate, the themes are as follows. Monday is It's Crazy to Do Drugs Day. You can follow this theme by wearing crazy socks or by having an outlandish hairstyle. Tuesday is Tacky Tourist Day, so make sure to bring your passport. Wednesday is Wear Red Day, which speaks for itself. Thursday is Safari Day, and Friday is Bradley Day.
Also in support of Red Ribbon Week, teachers, decorate your door during advisory. The best door will get a pizza party. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.